Here come the men of the moment. LeeChongWei of Malaysia, the tournament's #1 seed, world rank #1 as well. And he is taking on a man who held that mantle for so long. LinDan of China. And there is the #1 seed, LeeChongWei. Delighted in the stands from the spectators who just capture a glimpse and perhaps a selfie as the players march their way through to their place of business. Highly anticipated this matchup. And what must be going through the mind of LeeChongWei? 21 times these players have met, and it's this man who holds a considerable advantage. LinDan leading the head-to-head matchups 22-9. So the coin toss has been settled. It sounds as though it's gone in favor of LinDan. Already he's got himself some championship hardware here at the 2014 Asiad. Came away with men's team silver in that 2-3 loss to Korea. And consider that he was the reigning team champion coming in, having won that title in 2010 in Guangzhou at home and in 2006 as well. Has a complete set of team medals now. We took team bronze back in 2002. This is how LeeChongWei made it through to the finals, dropped just one game. Has been very impressive in arriving at this Final Four stage. No such inconvenience for LinDan. Clean sweep all the way through. There's a hushed air of expectancy here at the Guiyang Gymnasium. So the fans are all too aware of the high level of badminton we're about to witness. Watching a true master at work, particularly in the form of LinDan. LeeChongWei is a man on the rise. They actually met in those 2 Olympic finals where LinDan came out on top. This man took the titles, but here LeeChongWei came away with silver on both occasions. And in that Beijing final, he became the first Malaysian player to reach a men's Olympic singles final. Calls it the most memorable sporting achievement of his entire career. He's been rewarded handsomely for it too, set up with a pension for life in Malaysia, as well as an initial lump sum. 3,000 Malaysian ringgit a month he'll receive for the rest of his life. Such was the magnitude of that sporting achievement. So the players just familiarizing themselves with the court conditions, seeing how the drift will behave on court here today. There is a fair breeze swirling around. Their conditioning's working overtime.
On my right, LeeChongWei, Malaysia.
Oh, listen to the round of applause that both players have received. So love all LinDan to serve. The men's singles semi-finals here at the 2014 Asiad in the badminton tournament. What a rally to open this semi-final. Both players immediately into their stride. It's first blood to LeeChongWei. Changing the shuttlecock required. But if that's a prelude to what we're about to witness, well, buckle up, because we could well be in for a thriller. Even though LinDan holds a considerable edge in this rivalry, he'll know how difficult those victories have been to come by. Even though the scoreboard may reflect they've been easy, LeeChongWei, an outstanding player in his own right. Oh, delightful. Wonderfully disguised. LinDan likes what he produced on that winner. Shaping to produce an overhead. And just look how he kills the shuttle over the net, beyond the outstretched reach of LeeChongWei. Oh, there's the large contingent of Malaysian fans in attendance here at the Gaeyang. Bright orange shirts. Thundersticks in attendance as well. And every point that LeeChongWei wins, well, you can bet there'll be a cacophony of noise from that contingent of fans. 2-2. Racing through shuttles at a fair rate here. Terrific overhead. The great LinDan sent sprawling in an effort to retrieve it. No way that was coming back. Terrific velocity. Even a man with the quick reflexes of LinDan couldn't get a controlled racket on that one. Well, LinDan did well to keep the point alive, but really, having been put under pressure from that overhead, he was always on the back foot. 4-3. Biggest margin of advantage we've seen so far in the early stages of this opening game. An emphatic overhead makes it a 3-point margin now. Brilliant. Points really are being carefully constructed. Both players having to work for their openings. Look at that for elevation. Exploding off the court. Controlling the racket head to produce an outright winner. 7-3. LeeChongWei leads now. What a backhand. Acrobatic athleticism from LeeChongWei. Look at the body position from which he's able to produce a backhand overhead smash. Incredible point-winning shot. And his advantage back to 4. Just long.
So the score, 5-8.
Well, LinDan has approached the umpire's chair to inquire as to whether that was in or out. And the call is that it's out. Crowd have just seen the replay on the big screen and they're making their opinion on a verdict known. Still, LinDan in conversation with Eddie Ruffianto in the umpire's chair. So 9-5 in favor of the number 1 seed. What a rally, and what a point. Biggest advantage of the game now. 5-point margin. The Malaysian fans delighted. Plenty of shuttles being aimed straight at the body during the course of that point. And the Malaysian fans Rising the decibel level here at the Gaiyang Gymnasium. Encouraging near man, the world number 1 LeeChongWei. Another outright winner. And at the 11-point interval, it is a 6-point advantage for the world number 1 and number 1 seed. We've had some brilliant exchanges so far. LinDan trailing by 6. 11-5 in favor of LeeChongWei. But every point so difficult to come by. It's the 22nd meeting between these two players. And LeeChongWei's last victory came back in 2012. Their most recent meeting was at the 2013 World Championships. LinDan won that particular one. And of course at the Olympics before that. But at the Korea Open back in 2012, LeeChongWei prevailed. So here on Korean soil once again, can he continue that particular trend? Terrific shot. Decisive overhead. Again, the explosion off the floor. Deep into the corner of the court. 7-11. Oh, say. Malaysian coaches like what LeeChongWei is producing. LinDan looking at his racket questioningly there. Advantage is back to 5. Wonderfully disguised change in tempo from LinDan. Low backhand from out of his body was speedy towards the back of the court. LeeChongWei unable to return it. 8-12. Wonderful overhead again.
10-12.
Creating a brilliant cross-court angle. What a rally. Longest one of the match so far.
11-12.
And such a wide variety of shot making on display. But it's LinDan who takes it, and a 5-point deficit has been reduced to just 1. Volunteers on the court cleaning up the excess perspiration. The players have gone to their benches to take on some hydration and towel down. Punishing point. LinDan prevailed, and it is 11-12. Fight back well and truly on. So LeeChongWei able to stop the run of points from LinDan. LinDan unable to get back to parity.
Service over. 12-13.
Brilliant from LinDan. And we are all tied at 13 points apiece. LeeChongWei led by as many as 5 on a couple of occasions. Here in this semi-final. And now even once again. Oh, now LinDan has spun on his heels, and that's his reaction, because umpire Edward Fianto has called a correction. LinDan can't believe it. Rackets being hurled to the court, and LinDan asking the question, why? Here's the point. Again, the crowd have just seen it on the replay. LinDan still not happy. But umpire Eddie Ruffianto, firm and emphatic in his judgment, has called the shuttle out from his chair high above the court. And so it's LeeChongWei who takes a 1-point lead. So how will LinDan use that emotion and that perceived injustice? Well, he swerved out of the way. LeeChongWei. Just out. So his judgment correct. LeeChongWei assisting and pointing out where the excess perspiration on the court lies. So just a 1-point game here in the opener of this men's singles semi-final. 15-14. LeeChongWei serving. So a 2-point margin to the delight of the fans. The Malaysian fans at least. That net cord going against LinDan, and a 2-point cushion at this stage. And it's going to require more of the fighting qualities of LinDan to be on display. And he's got one of them back. And he's overcooked it. LinDan attempting to find the open corner. It's a wry smile because he had plenty of the court to work with. And in pushing for the sideline, he's instead gone into the tram lines. His man sprawled all over the court in the front court. I can't believe it that he's let that point go begging. So the advantage back to 2 in favor of the number 1 seed. That is brilliant. Right down the line. On the side of the court where LeeChongWei was covering as well, but just look at the velocity generated on this. No way it was coming back. It is back to a 1-point game, 16-17. Again, looking at his racket questioningly, as if to ask, how can you let me down like that? Unforced error on the overhead. And the advantage is back to 2 in favor of LeeChongWei. Again, the radar of LinDan just going a little bit awry. And a 3-point deficit. He faces now LeeChongWei leading 19-16. Edging closer towards the finish line. LinDan reduced a 5-point deficit earlier on to get back to parity. He never got his nose in front. Now LeeChongWei just 2 points away from winning this game. And LinDan has yet to drop a game here at the 2014 Asiad in the men's singles tournament. But perhaps closer to that prospect here in the semi-final than he would like. 19-16, LeeChongWei to serve. So game point. LinDan expecting that shuttle to drop long. Instead, he just kissed the line. Game point for LeeChongWei. LinDan going to make LeeChongWei earn it though. Not an ounce of quitting this athlete. Just 1 point at a time, 1 point at a time. That will surely be LinDan's focus right now. Oh, brilliant! And he continues to keep this opening game alive, LinDan, refusing to yield. Both players demonstrating wonderful offensive and defensive abilities, but that was the final stroke that left LeeChongWei on all fours on the court. It's still game point for LeeChongWei. LinDan looking to force it to 2 clear points. Needs to take this next one. And his fighting qualities really have to be admired, those that he's demonstrated here in this opening game. Still more work to do. 19-20. Oh, and he's fought his way back. We are tied at 20 points apiece. And LinDan really likes what he's just produced there. LeeChongWei unable to put his man away. led by 4, 2016. But LinDan refusing to buckle, dealing with the pressure, and that's the moment he brought it back to 20 points apiece. It's going to take 2 clear points to decide this opening game. And it has been a thriller so far. $20 points apiece. LeeChongWei has led by as many as 5. And on game points, he was leading 2016. So all square. 20-20. And LinDan has gone in front. What must be going through LeeChongWei's mind at the moment? Now game point LinDan for the first time. Oh yes, LinDan has taken it. Jubilation for the Chinese fans and for LinDan himself. His celebration on court, having secured the opener, gave us an illustration of that. There was racket head adjustment during the course of that point right there. Got himself back into position to produce an outright overhead that LeeChongWei couldn't return on the backhand. What a fight back from LinDan, trailing 2016. LeeChongWei unable to take any of the game points that he had earned, and LinDan fought back. 6 successive points to close out the opening game. And the legendary figure of LinDan, currently ranked 15 in the world, has taken the opening game. He leads 1-love. Well, I wonder what is going through LeeChongWei's mind right now. And if there's any hint of dejection or feeling sorry for himself having let those game points slip, he's going to have to put it out of his mind immediately. LinDan must be delighted. Staring at game points, 2016 down, and he rattles off 6 successive points to win 22-20. That's now in the book. Second game, LinDan to serve. So both players putting attempted overheads wide in the opening exchanges of this second game. Straight at the body of LinDan. Evasive action required. LeeChongWei squares it up at 3. Same tactic again. 4-3 was the first time that LeeChongWei had led in this second game. Fantastic overhead. Oh, that's a shot LinDan would like to play again. The lead is out to 3 now for the number 1 seed. Wonderful. Still the early stages, but this second game yet to reach the heights of that incredible opener in this men's singles semi-final. Points haven't been as long or as punishing, just a little bit more subdued in the opening skirmishes of this second game. Second time in this second game where he's failed to clear the net from close range, LinDan. And second time he's picked the open court decisively with an overhead.
6-8.
And again, LinDan forced into evasive action. Can afford a wry smile. But that shuttle coming hurtling down like a missile, straight at the shins of LinDan. Fancy footwork kept him out of harm's way. Also was a point winner for LeeChongWei. 9-7.
10-7.
And again, the touch just evading LinDan at the moment. And just as in the opening game, at the 11-point interval, it is the tournament #1 seed LeeChongWei who goes in front. 11-7. 4 points. Biggest lead he's enjoyed. Terrific winner. LeeChongWei electing to watch it, but even had he attempted to play it, I'm not sure he would have been able to return this one. This really is a clash of the titans in terms of men's singles badminton. LeeChongWei, BWF Player of the Year for men in 2009 and 10-11. Well, he holds up his racket as a form of apology, LinDan. But the point stands. LeeChongWei can't believe it. Back to a 1-point game. LinDan's body language still appearing to be positive. He won't want this lead to get much bigger. He don't have to dig deep as he did during that opening game to try and close this one out. But it's a 4-point lead For LeeChongWei now. Actually voiced his pleasure with the displeasure, I should say, with the lighting here at the Gaiyang Gymnasium in the early part of the tournament, LeeChongWei. But he said it's the same for all players, and of course they're all coping with it. Said that generally the lights are side to side, but here they're all around. So he said wherever you look up to play a shot, you're looking directly into light. So he made it a difficult challenge. But did acknowledge it's the same for everyone. Another unforced error. So the advantage is 5. LinDan just taking a moment to regroup here. Now trailing by 6 with LeeChongWei approaching the 21-point total. Stems a run of 3 straight points earned by LeeChongWei. And again, well, he's going to be disappointed with that, LinDan. Approaching the business end of this second game, and another unforced error from that usually trusty forehand, just failing to get it back in play. It's happened on numerous occasions during the course of this second game. In stark contrast to the first, where every point was fought for tooth and nail, been plenty of gifts during the course of this second game. That one's not a gift by any stretch of the imagination. Emphatic overhead. That's too good. Beautifully disguised, and it brings up game point. Now, he was in this position in the first game, LeeChongWei, and couldn't capitalize. There he led 2016. 2012, a far more comfortable margin. That's brilliantly played by LeeChongWei, and we are all squared at 1 game apiece. The Malaysian fans ecstatic in the stands here at the Gaiyang. Sprawling all over the court to keep the shuttle in play. And that final delicate touch on the drop shot, too good for LinDan to return. We're all square at 1 game all. For the first time in the singles competition here at the 2014 Asiad, LinDan has conceded a game, so we are going to a decider. Second game never really hit the heights that the opener did. The level of skill and emotion on display during that first game perhaps difficult to sustain. But LinDan, plenty of unforced errors during the course of that game, just failing to keep the shuttle in play, particularly around the net. And so here we are, tied at 1 game all. What is proving to be an epic men's singles semi-final in this, the 22nd meeting between two of the outstanding players of their generation. 5 times world champion in the singles, LinDan, 2006, 7, 9, 11 and 13. You perhaps get a glimpse of that tattoo on his forearm, signifying the achievement of becoming the first player from China to complete a Grand Slam of Olympic Games, World Championships, World Cup titles. So final game, love all. LeeChongWei to serve. Perhaps a little bit too eager. Appeared to get there in good time, LeeChongWei. Could only find the net. That's too hot to handle. That's fantastic. Wonderfully placed. Took some of the velocity off it, but ensured that he put the overhead in a place that was well beyond the reach of LeeChongWei. Now LeeChongWei making an unforced error at the net. Wonderfully played. LinDan likes that. Biggest lead we have seen in these opening exchanges. Placement on this backhand, able to get over the top of it and flick that wrist. And that was the response. Longest rally we've had for some time. Approaching an hour on court now. So the conditioning of these players really will be put to the test. And those long energy sapping points, the recovery is going to come into play as well. 7-2, LinDan leads. Well, unforced errors were a feature of LinDan's play during that second game. LeeChongWei has committed a few of them here. Lead is 6. LeeChongWei will want to arrest this run of points LinDan's putting together. Just out. Terrific court coverage by LeeChongWei. That's a remarkable turnaround by LeeChongWei. He was under pressure during the course of that point, but it's he who comes out on top. 6 points advantage for LinDan, reduced to 3. What he listed and gone through and eulogized about the credentials that both of these men have. Both of these men have this standing in the game. And LeeChongWei's predecessor as 3-time Male Player of the Year was LinDan. He took the BWF Player of the Year honors in 2006, 7, and 8. Good judgment.
9-5.
LeeChongWei yet to lead in this deciding game. 9-5. He's down. fantastic from LinDan. He was under pressure during the course of that point. Some cat-quick lunges to keep himself in it. And then when the opportunity presented itself, turned it around to take the point with that outright winner. Brilliantly played by LinDan. And he goes into the 11-point interval, leading by 6. LeeChongWei going to have to summon up some reserves to fight his way back into this here. Both of these players know how hard the man on the other side of the net makes it for them. And one wonders what will be being offered here. Is it instruction? Is it encouragement? Is it inspiration? Players at such high level, such court smarts as well. What will benefit them? What will help them at this stage of such a grueling match? Been on court for an hour and 4 minutes now. Both players keen to book their place in the gold medal game here at the 2014 Asiad. Been denied such as a draw of a repeat of the last Asiad final, where LeeChongWei came away with silver. And that was at the hands of LinDan, but here they are in the semi-final, producing another epic in this magnificent rivalry. Even though the statistics favor LinDan, 22-9, it stands head-to-head. They've been for some of the biggest prizes in the sport. Here they are at the semi-finals of the 2014 Asiad. Very well played by LeeChongWei.
6-12.
Seven points, the biggest lead. And it was 12-5 that LinDan had enjoyed. It's back to 6. Wonderful judgment. The exertions were audible around the Gaiyang Gymnasium during the course of that point. Grunts from both players as they were lunging after the shuttle. 7-13. Score just going in favor of LinDan. 14-7. Did terrifically well there, LeeChongWei. He was being pulled to all corners of the court. Some wonderful directional stroke play from LinDan, and he made no mistake when that opportunity presented itself. And they're trying to do all they can to inspire and encourage their man in this deciding game. He's trailed by as many as 7. He's reduced it here to 6. 8-14. That's too good. And LeeChongWei going to have to do something to stem the tide here. But everything's going in favor of the 5-time world champion, LinDan. And the momentum well and truly with the defending champion now. LeeChongWei's got to find something. Got to dig deep, but this would be a monumental turnaround. This man did it in the first game, but the margin was nowhere near as big as this. Eddie Ruffianto just instructing Lin to get back to court and get on with the game. Misjudgment from LeeChongWei. And the response of LinDan tells you what a significant point that was. It's 3 points away now from a place in the final. Unforced error at the net, and he can sense it now. This would require a complete meltdown from LinDan to prevent him booking his place in the gold medal game. Misjudgment on that occasion. And it's not beyond the realms of possibility. It's extremely unlikely. So facing a 10-point deficit. LeeChongWei to serve. 9-19. Flash of rackets at the net. And it is match point. And there it is. LinDan, the defending Asian Games champion, the double Olympic champion and 5-time world champion, keeps the possibility alive of a successive Asian Games title, courtesy of a 2-1 victory over the world #1 and tournament #1 seed, LeeChongWei. We were treated to badminton of the highest order for over an hour and 10 minutes. 72 minutes it took to conclude that incredible display. But the man who is left standing and will contest for Asian Games gold here at the Gaeyang Gymnasium is LinDan. The first game was absolutely remarkable. LinDan coming back from 2016 down to prevail 22-20. He then conceded the second game, but then took the first in dominant fashion, and that was the moment of victory. Thrilling performance, wonderful badminton, and it is LinDan, ranked number 15 in the world at present, but he's got the opportunity to defend his title. He prevails 2-1, 22-20, 12-21, 21-9 after 72 minutes of play.
이어서 홍콩의 웨이난 선수와 중국의 첸롱 선수의 남자 단식 준결승전이 있겠습니다. 주심은 한국의 강신주 씨, 부심은 한국의 형구왕 씨, 선심은 이주입니다. For one men's singles semifinal match between Weinan Hong Kong China versus Chenlong China, umpire Kang Shin-jun Korea, service judge Hyung-Koo An Korea, and the team of line judges are